Welcome everyone to our channel. When we think of Nazi Germany, images of men in uniform, military parades, and concentration camps often come to mind. However, the role of women in this brutal regime was far more complex than initially imagined. They were not merely passive bystanders or victims. They were also active participants who shaped and destroyed lives. Today, we will explore the diverse and often disturbing roles of women in Nazi Germany, challenging the simplistic notion of their place in one of history's darkest periods. Chapter 1. The Idealization of Motherhood. Kinder, Küche, Kirche. Initially, the Nazi regime promoted an idealized image of women, the mother, the homemaker, the guardian of the family. The famous slogan, Kinder, Küche, Kirche. Children, kitchen, church, encapsulated this ideal. Women were encouraged to have many children to expand the pure Aryan race, and were even awarded medals for their reproductive achievements. Joseph Goebbels's propaganda machine actively shaped the image of the ideal German woman, blonde, healthy, modest, and entirely focused on the family. The Nazi Women's League, NS Frauenschaft, led by Gertrude Scholz-Klink, became a large organization promoting this ideal and narrowing women's aspirations to the domestic sphere. Policies encouraging childbirth, including marriage loans that were partially forgiven with the birth of each child, were also implemented. An extreme manifestation of this ideal was the WWII Lebensborn program, where racially valuable women were encouraged to bear children for SS officers, aiming to create racially pure offspring, described as biological soldiers for the Third Reich's future. 2. Participation in racial and medical policies. Women's roles in the Nazi regime extended beyond procreation. They also became crucial enforcers of brutal demographic and racial policies. Nurses and midwives. Many German nurses and midwives participated in the forced sterilization of individuals deemed genetically inferior. Action T4 Euthanasia Program. Later, in the Action T4 Euthanasia Program targeting the disabled and sick, female nurses directly administered fatal injections and managed gas chambers. These actions were framed as humane and aimed at preserving racial health. 3. Brutal camp guards. Aufseherinnen. Cruelty beyond gender. As the war escalated, women's roles shifted. Propaganda aimed at women transitioned to emphasizing sacrifice, resilience, and maintaining morale on the home front. However, some women engaged in far more sinister roles. Aufseherinnen. Approximately 3,700 women served as guards, Aufseherinnen, in concentration camps. Recruitment began in 1939, initially targeting women already working in institutions like hospitals and prisons, later involving compulsory enlistment. Cruelty. These female guards often surpassed their male counterparts in brutality, inflicting immense terror on female prisoners. Notorious names like Irma Gries, the Beautiful Beast, and Ilse Koch, the Witch of Buchenwald, exemplify their limitless cruelty. 4. Female spies and informants, exploiting gender stereotypes. The Nazi regime also utilized women as spies, informants, and intelligence operatives, exploiting gender stereotypes to gather intelligence. Women could move with less suspicion, access sensitive locations, and leverage gender biases to carry out their missions. Intelligence organizations like the Abwehr and SD had specialized sections for female agents. Women were trained in espionage techniques and employed in various roles. Civilian informants. The regime encouraged ordinary women to become informants within their communities, reporting on neighbors, colleagues, and even family members. professional spies. Some women became highly trained professional agents involved in espionage operations and honey traps to gather information from foreign diplomats and officials. Salon Kitty, a brothel in Berlin run by the SD, was equipped with hidden microphones to collect intelligence. Complicity in the Holocaust. In occupied territories, local women sometimes became paid informants, identifying hidden Jews to German authorities. WW5. Post-war consequences and evasion of justice. After the war, many female perpetrators reintegrated into society, capitalizing on gender stereotypes that made authorities less likely to believe women capable of such heinous acts. Some were even recruited by Allied intelligence agencies for their own espionage operations during the Cold War. The role of women in Nazi Germany is a complex reminder that brutality has no gender. Women were not merely victims or bystanders, but active participants in various aspects of the regime, from upholding its ideology to executing its atrocities, with a loyalty that was at times terrifying.